Say I knew I had 2 days or a week after the fight. In that fight I was going to drink as much as I possibly could because I've missed everyone's birthday. That was like my relationship with alcohol. And when I'm not training, when you're only fighting 2 or 3 times a year, you go ham when you're not. You ask any elite athlete, they'll all have imposter syndrome.
Really?
Yeah. 90% whether they choose to be candid and open and honest with anyone. You get to a point where like you're this unbeaten animal, or you've just lost 1 or 2 here just by like a silly decision and you've been caught in a submission. And then you get into the UFC and then it's killer's row.
Yeah.
Every single person you fight
can end it.
Yeah. We've game planned complete. I wouldn't say wrong, but we've game planned for what we expected to come, and it didn't. And then I went to shit.
Really?
Yeah, and that can happen in your interviews.
Oh, yeah. What you do and what I do are so vastly different. Your shit is real fucking hard, and I just sit here and give you guys a runway to talk.
Endurance athletes and combat athletes tend to come from traumatic upbringing.
Yeah.
When you get to that point where the body wants to fail and stop, you are so used to having to push through the shit and keep everything together, you are just able to find that next level to keep on pushing through. Mm-hmm. The only thing I miss is the fight week, and nothing feels like a win in the UFC.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, guys? Today we're here with a very special guest, a brand new friend, but a very familiar face, Molly McCann, better known to you as the Meatball.
The Meatball.
But I gotta be honest with you, there's nothing Meatball about you. You're a solid woman.
I don't know, like right now, lads, it's given Meatball.
Maybe that was the Brazilian steakhouse we went to the other day.
Or where did we go last night? Guys, I now know what cheese curds is.
I was gonna remember.
I finished them. They're all gone. There's none left.
I was thinking after you ate them, I was like, is she gonna remember when she gets back to England that these are called cheese curds? And
cheese curds.
Kids.
Kids.
Are you gonna sell them at one of your restaurants?
Well, we do mozzarella bricks. Just like fucking this much mozzarella, and you pull them. Mm-hmm. But might have to bring some cheese curds.
That would be. You call them Wisconsin cheese curds.
No, because it's Italian. We're gonna have to like spice it up. So I'll just maybe have some like marinara sauce on the side.
A little arrabbiata.
There you
Spicy
go.
marinara.
Well, not for my Irish mouth, but. Throw some mayonnaise, some cream in there. I could do like a vodka sauce.
Yeah?
No.
There we go.
A vodka sauce, cheese curd. There you go.
Do you cook? What's your favorite thing to cook?
A roast dinner or a proper English breakfast. Because for me, I think...
with the beans and the tomato and the mushrooms?
Yeah, so for breakfast, I do baked beans, scrambled eggs, like English bacon, not this American shit.
English bacon is like Canadian bacon, by the way.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. Okay. I just don't like the fat, so I'll only eat the medallion. Like, I peel all the fat off. I'm just not about the fat. I just think it's
crispy
horrible.
Or chewy?
I don't like it where it's like anemic, but I do like it where it's got like just hard, not like.
I like it to the point of burnt almost.
No, because my teeth,
yeah.
I'm not going there.
Are you religious yourself?
Yeah, I am religious. I'm very spiritual.
Do you think they're different? Spirituality and religiousness?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we was raised religious, and obviously my lifestyle and my sexuality would be... It's hard to be gay and have faith, because most faiths say it's wrong.
Yeah.
As I got older, I'd say from the age like 15, my mum gave me the book, The Secret and the Power.
I read that.
And then I was like, spirituality. And then I really struggled with the idea of Jesus being, it's like, is God's son. And like, I really always struggled with that, but I always felt I'd always spoke to God.
Yeah.
And a higher power and something, there is more than just that story. But then I would say, like, the past couple of years, like, my faith has kind of been reborn. And I would say, like, I do believe in Jesus now.
Yeah.
And I think, like, going to church and having that kind of structure in my life has helped me.
I used to be incredibly religious, like when I was in high school. I mean, I was raised religious. I got, a Roman Catholic background. I went to a Catholic high school, not by, like,
choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, I played American football. I think I told you that, and all of my buddies ended up going to another high school, and I went to like a public, non-religious high school, and I hated it. And then I met back up with them in my second year, and I had a girlfriend at the time who was very religious. I did some weird shit too. Like I went and saw like visionaries. Okay. These people who like are.
This is just an American thing, I think, isn't it? We don't have too many of them in England.
I think it's kind of kooky myself, but like this person would be sitting like on their knees in front of like an altar in a church, and they would sit there in silence with a packed church of people in like pews and everything, and they would be just praying in front of this and being like, oh, we see the Blessed Mother right now. I did that shit at like midnight with my ex-girlfriend. And then I moved out to LA and I ended up like fucking losing everything. Yeah. I got out there and I was like trying to like chase an impossible dream, and I didn't have any community. I didn't have any people. And I was like, oh, I don't know about this whole religion thing. I went to this church and it was like all Korean or Vietnamese people there, and I was just like, it was called St. Michael. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll like it. Nope, they pretty much hated me there, and then I lost religion after that.
Yeah.
But like, I think spirituality is a really interesting thing, because I think the idea of how we mold what that does for us in our life is pretty personal. So I wouldn't say that I'm faithful anymore, but I would say that I definitely have an interest in spirituality, what it means for like you.
Yeah, of course. And I do think like, when life hits as hard as it does, having faith and keeping faith is a really hard thing to do. Mm-hmm. And I had like a cousin who was 5 and got a brain tumour and then died. And I was like, without getting too morbid, I'll never forget being in the car with my auntie, and she's like, how's the rapist, this, that, and the other, and on the street, and my son's like died. And they're the kinds of things that either draw you closer for like a miracle, or completely drive you the other way. And I've really had a whole life of just being like, I think you're all fucked, like you're all weirdos, what? Do you know? And then I feel like the more mature I've got, I'm so rigid and to the routine, you know, and every day I'd wake up and I'd give gratitude. This is like what my mum's ever taught me. Before bed at night, we'd pray, and then we'd 3 things we were thankful for and 3 goals we want to accomplish. Yeah. And since I was a little girl, that's how my mum's had me. So when I wake up, I'm like, right, I read I was really like stoicism philosophy. Yep. Lots of like Bruce Lee, lots of like real good philosophers, and trying to live by that kind of life. And then that would always just set me up for training and for fighting. Yeah. And I think that really had the purpose that drove me to be really successful. And then I feel like since coming to boxing, like my faith in Christ and everything's kind of come back, which it's really weird, because it's just a weird place to be, where you're like, how have I come back there? Mm-hmm. But I think being here with you guys, and you will have seen, like, I haven't seen Bobby for a couple of years, and seeing her now, she's like, wow, you are so mature and different. I said, Bobby, if this was 1 year ago, like 1 year ago, I was literally in Vegas at International Fight Week on like a 3-day bender, living the best life. Yeah. And then I've come back and I'm like a completely different person.
Do you miss that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, we were out last night.
No, I really miss, like...
You were out, and you're obviously, you're not on the booze, and like, is it hard to be around?
It's not hard, but like...
You did it pretty well, if I'm being honest.
Well, I just numbed myself down, do you know what I mean? But I thought, I really miss this. Like, what I don't miss is like the fear, the hangover that comes down. But I am the life and soul of any party, and I would have took that. I imagine if me and you was together, we probably wouldn't be here now. We'd still be
100%.
We'd have our house would be sold. We'd have we'd probably be like, not divorced, but like our partners wouldn't be our friends anymore. Like, you know, like I was quite selfish when I used to drink, because since I was 16, it was like, Molly, you have to eat this, you have to sleep this, you can't go out at this time.
Well, you're a sportsman.
Yeah, but in the time I was allowed say I knew I had 2 days or a week after the fight. In that fight, I was going to drink as much as I possibly could because I've missed everyone's birthday.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat as much as I possibly can. And that was like my relationship with alcohol and when I'm not training. And you see it even like with our Patrick and like when you're only fighting 2 or 3 times a year, you go ham when you're not.
Yep.
And I think
it can get unhealthy, right?
it can. If I could ever change my relationship where I could just drink one, because I said to my mum, do I need to work a programme, do you think? She's like, no, like, you're okay, but your relationship with alcohol is just not a healthy one.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's probably not with food. Like, I don't blow up to where I used to be. But like, after a fight, it's very easy for me to put 10-15 pounds on like that. And then I'm like...
A lot of fighters are like that, though, yeah?
Yeah, it is, but then fighters have such a healthy life on one side, but to be an elite level athlete, like, you have to really be unhealthy. Like, elite level sport, you should have 8 hours sleep and you should eat this much food, and like, you shouldn't be going to where you're taking your body, but when you're fighting, you have to take your body there so it's ready on fight night to not give in and to be able to withhold the pressure and the tension. And
do you think the benefits of, we're talking about a couple of things, but like, do you think the benefits of that level of dedication, we'll just say in the context of athletics, is always positive, or do you think there's negative side effects to that?
I think the massive negative, it's mad that I come to negativity first, but you ask any elite athlete, they'll all have imposter syndrome.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I would say 90%, whether they choose to be candid and open and honest with anyone.
Yeah.
I think most fighters have it, because you get to a point where like you're this unbeaten animal, or you've just lost 1 or 2 here just by like a silly decision and you've been caught in a submission, or you've just been outpointed by someone who's probably held you down.
Yep.
And you always think in your brain, nah, I've got you. No, I just had a bad day at the office. And then you get into the UFC and then it's killer's row.
Yeah.
Every single person you fight
can end it.
Yeah, and it's like, and then you start seeing, I went from, I wouldn't say being a bully, because I'm not a bully, but my fighting style up until like 3 fights in the UFC was, I come from humble beginnings. I'm angry, I'm hurt, and the only way I can get out of where I am is through fighting. And I was just fighting pain and unresolved shit. Do you know, like, I was angry, and when I'd face off and square off, I'd always like go to war at the face off. And I remember a fighter called Pam Sorensen wrote, "Oh, I hate how she does this every time." I thought, who the fuck are you to be questioning what I'm about and
your motivations? Because
you don't get it.
Yeah.
But now moving to boxing, I'm not in the same place in life. So now it's like, I'm very cordial. I'm like, hope you've had a really good camp. I cannot wait to get in there. The best woman win. And it's very different. But when you're coming up from nothing and all you have is that anger and that desire and that pain, because you've got to get out and everyone's coming with you, you do fight for different reasons, and then everyone loses. And then when you lose, there's only so far like that can take you, and then you've got to adapt.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard, and the mental fortitude you need, as in the UFC, like someone in the PI in the Apex yesterday said, like, do you miss this? I said, the only thing I miss is the fight week, and nothing feels like a win in the UFC. Now I've won a world title in MMA, which felt fucking fantastic. I've got some really cool finishes in the UFC, which were the best feelings of my life. And then I've won in boxing, and it doesn't quite equate to the same feeling.
Do you think that's yet, or just that it might never?
It could be a range of things. It could be...
Because 4 fights into boxing, right? Pro?
Yeah, it could be a range of things. It could be like coming from them humble backgrounds on the come up in the UFC, when you're getting things like Dave Portnoy being your mate and taking you around the world and giving you sponsorships at Barstool, or Drake buying me a watch, or The Rock telling me I can have his elbow, or me, like, do you know, just weird shit like that. Things.
Yeah.
It's like, making it the first time, I'm coming again in boxing, but I've felt it all now, so it's not the high and the lows, not as much, you know. But 3 weeks ago yesterday I fought in Liverpool, first time since getting beat on my UFC debut 8 years ago. The last time I was in there I was put to sleep by a fighter called Gillian Anderson.
I remember.
No, Gillian Robertson.
Yeah.
Gillian Anderson's the X-Files woman.
The redhead, right?
Yeah, and she's fucking sick, and me and her get on so well, right? But going from that to then 8 years later, completely different sport, known round the world by proper fans, do you know? And I'm walking in and my best mate singing me on his guitar. Paddy's there next to Eddie Hearn, and
that was cool, by the way, that entry.
Wasn't it
sick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, I'd always come out to that song in the UFC, and then it was mad, like the main event got cancelled, so Eddie Hearn said, the only reason we're doing this is for you, I hope you know that. And I was like, wow. And it was boss, because I was thinking, MMA is kill or be killed in the UFC, because everyone's at that level. And without me having this journey in the UFC, I wouldn't have the opportunity I have now in boxing. But it's nice to now, I haven't been given like a journey woman in boxing. Normally you get like built up, and they guide you the way, and it's like I'm getting, it might not be a 50-50 fight, because my technical ability is more, I just believe I'm better, but they've had much more wins than I have, and more experience than what I have. So it's nice to know that I'm being cared about by the promotion that I'm fighting for, and that they're really giving me the things that I want. But would they have come if I hadn't have endured everything in the UFC? Probably not.
You bring up a really interesting thing that I love to ask a lot of fighters, a lot of coaches, managers, whatever, but do you ever take the time to like think about where you'd be if this hadn't happened to you? Because you are known around the world, right? Like, you've had this amazing journey, but do you think that shaped who you are, or do you think who you are shaped the journey?
I think who I am shaped the journey. I feel like, from what I was taught as a child from my mum about just not giving up and being relentless, and like, I think the only thing I have over people sometimes is my willingness to work harder to win. And if you look at my UFC career, I had the shortest reach in the UFC, and I had 10 fights in a division I didn't belong in. Like, I should never have been in the flyweight division.
More of a 125er naturally?
I think I was more of a 115 than a 125.
Okay.
But I had 10 fights at 125. From what my mum had taught me and them lessons, that was how I won most of the fights. Like, I wasn't given the gift of a long reach. Everyone I fought at 125 was bigger than me, but people used to say, Molly's fighting style's horrible, she just smothers and tries to finish, and like, it's uneducated pressure. And I had so much shit coming my way about my fighting style, and I was like, to combat that, I'm fighting someone with a 12-inch reach advantage in the arms, and they're predominantly 4 or 5 inches higher than me. So how do you beat someone? If I let someone keep me on the end of their range, they're going to take me down at will, and they're going to ping me, just like tee off at will. So I had to get them down to the floor or get them to the cage and keep them there. And one year, it was 2019, it was me, Max Holloway, and Usman.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we was the top 3 significant strikes landed.
I didn't know that.
So I was number 2 or number 3, and they was the other 2. But they had 4 or 3 5-round fights each, and I'd only had 3 3-round fights.
Yeah.
So that was telling you the output that I was throwing to win the fights, all from little Molly having to live the life she lived, to then grow into the person that I had to be, to then live, because that's how my fighting style had to be. So if I hadn't have been that person as a kid, I don't think I would have had that fighting style.
It seems like, and I'm drawing a conclusion here, but it seems like maybe that's how you were, like, metaphorically throughout your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, you fought the way you lived.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think that's it. It's absolutely spot on.
Yeah. I feel like this is something that I see with a lot of fighters, that And the reason why I asked that question is I'm always curious if you think that fighting changed your approach to life, like I said earlier, or if you think your approach to life is what made you become a fighter. The why behind everything is always I'm so inquisitive to that question. I find myself putting myself in your shoes or whomever's on the other side of the table and being like, could I get through what you get through? Are you ever in there and being like, fucking hell, I don't want to do this anymore? Like, that hurt. You kicked me in the fucking leg. You cracked me in the face. You just slammed me on my head. Like, are you ever being like, man, I'd love to be on my couch watching a fucking movie right now?
My last fight in the UFC, that's when I knew call time. The fight before, I'd broken my leg in 3 places, split, like, me down, I got kicked in the bits in the fight, and I had to have that looked at.
Fuck.
I know, and then I had, like, we wasn't sure if it was a fractured rib or it was just a bone that was bruised, but it was, like, fucked. And after that fight, I was like, wow, I've just give 15 minutes, like, everyone was on the seat, it was fantastic, but I just felt so sad, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this again. And then I was like in a boot for about 4 months, and I was in the gym every day, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to be this hate, because people just think, oh, you wake up the next day and you just get on with it. And I was there for 4 months I'd lost like 40% of my hamstring, do you know what I mean, because of the boot that I had to wear.
You can't
and I
flex
can't
those muscles.
walk, and it was like, it was so hard. And then if you get hit with a calf kick, it's the most effective strike in the UFC. So once you get done once, like, trying to combat coming back from that and coming into training and not being scared about it going again, because I was getting a bit older. And then I thought, fuck it, UFC London, we're going again. The hardest camp I'd been through, like, my head coach, like, are you sure you want this? Like, I'm not sure. I love you. I only want you to win. And then I'm like, I feel fucking shamed you've even asked me that. Like, look at my career, you know I haven't. It was just so hard, because I think he could see I was just getting beat down in the gym, but I was trying so hard, and he didn't want me to get another loss, because I think he knew what was happening. So we've got through this whole fucking fight camp. The Friday before the fight is the last, like, fight run through. Then, like, 1 o'clock in the morning, get a phone call off Graham. Your opponent can't get a visa, she can't fly. It's like, right. And he's like, you've got this opponent or it's nothing. And I was like, fuck it, take it. Like, I've never, to my own detriment, I've never turned a fight down, because I just think I'm a fighter and I fight, and the fans love that. Win, lose or draw, I am going. I'd rather swing to try and knock you out and get taken down and lose than being a boring fight. So I thought, fuck it, the fans will love it. As I've come out, I knew in the changing room, I was like, this is it, you know, but I didn't tell anyone. But my mum and my partner knew. I was like, I've had enough, but it'd be really good if we could go out on a win. Sold out London O2, I've come out. Last time I knew This Place by Jamie Webster was going to be sang, and I've looked around and the whole place was singing, and it gets me really emotional, because I really am this kid that comes from nothing. And I had 18,000 people sing, and I could see Dana and everyone's like, yes, we're going to see something good here. And it just didn't go to plan. And she put me in a rear naked choke, and I just didn't have the fight to get out of it, because I just didn't want to be there. But it did, because I loved my job and I love it. And I'd never tapped to a choke. I'd never tapped to a choke, but I knew if I don't tap and I go out, I'm not going to get me final speech.
Yeah.
So I just tapped, and I took my gloves off, and Michael Bisping came in and he was like, really? I said, enough's enough now, lad, yeah, it's time. And I just remember saying, like, look at me, like, people can say what they want and they always will, but, like, I was a 5'3", 125, who was a meatball for the most of it, who got 4 bonuses, who was top 15 twice, who has, like, really, people go, oh, what's she achieved? But I'm like, I'm in the fucking PlayStation game. Like, the visibility I gave to MMA for young girls in Europe, for bringing fans who don't understand MMA, when people ever sit down with me and meet me, they're like, you're not actually a dick, like you're actually all right, you know what I mean? And I was like, I think the UFC always played the sound bites or the mad moments that I had, because I couldn't believe this shit was happening to me whilst it was happening. I literally was just like, I've done it, and it's a real shame I didn't get to a UFC like belt, but a lot of the people I fought either fought for the belt or fucking up there in both weight divisions, and I just left so happy. I was just so at peace, and like I was really proud, and I think the only thing I ever really wanted was like acknowledgement that I give my everything to the sport.
Yeah.
And I'd say 90% of the feedback that I got was that, and just to be respected by the fans. And I got that, and I left, and I took my partner to Milan and to Florence for a couple of days after, and I was just like, oh, fuck it, like, I've done it, you know. And then I got a phone call off my manager, and we was in a room like this, and me and Fran was just in bed watching the TV, just eating shit in Italy. And he's like, you're not done. I said, Graham, what do you mean, lad? He went, you're boxing, girl. I went, I'm not, lad, like, I'm done. He said, you've always dreamed. You told your MMA coach you was going to be a world champion when you decline. I was like, well, do you reckon I can? Because you're trapped in like a 1 year clause.
Yeah.
And he said, let me go and speak with Hunter and Dana, and I'll ask them what's going on with the Zuffa stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I just, the Zuffa thing, they just don't want MMA fighters crossing over to boxing. It needs to be a dream.
They want to separate the two.
And I get that. So at the time, Eddie liked Dana and Dana liked Eddie. And they was just
not
like,
anymore.
She can, no, not anymore. She can do what she wants, you know. So they let me out, and then, what month are we, May? A year on. I've been here for 8 years. I've watched MMA for like the last 12. I've never missed a fight card. It would be the biggest heartbreak of my life, I think, if that all had to finish.
I think, you know, having spent the last couple of days with you, right? And obviously we met before, but that was just kind of a brief moment. But I think what people love about you, Molly, is that you make it easy to believe that any normal person with a drive can get to something. Yeah. And I don't know what it's like to experience the success. And
all you striving for is to make people proud. To go out on your shield, and I've done that. And I can't tell you, like, I had two fight skids, like, of losing in the UFC, and like, it took me, like, it's so cliche, because I feel like every fighter says it now, like, yeah, I've been really in a bad place and I was suicidal. And it was like, because no one teaches us how you navigate.
There's nothing cliche about that, by the way.
No, I know,
that's
but
super
I just feel
personal.
like everyone says it.
Yeah.
When they go through these big losses, but no one understands what losing in the UFC does. and no one understands, like, do you know when someone like Moreno or Oliveira have really had these losses, and then they come back and they get these wins.
Max too.
Or Max, like, and even Justin, like, I know we beat Paddy, but Paddy be the first to say, like, how he's managed to always be there and thereabouts and still kind of get there and not. These, like, journeys, there's something to be said, because they're the hardest. Like, when you said, like, could I go through what you've been through? The shit that you get online, you take it so personal, because...
And you read it?
I used to. Or I'd read it and it'd feel enough, because I didn't feel like I was enough.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I had imposter stuff. I didn't feel like I deserved to wear them gloves because of what people had told me.
Fuck that, though.
I know, but it's like, for me, and I say to you, I wouldn't change one story or one step or one day of my journey, because I'm here now. And it's like, this UFC journey has prepared me for the boxing, because I've got every lesson that I need to know. And if you watch all 4 of my boxing fights and how quick I look, like, in 4 fights in 8 months, I finally look like a professional boxer.
I fucking think you do.
Who was boxing with boxers, not influencers, not ex-MMA fighters, and who's boxing people who've gone and done really good things in boxing. It's like MMA and having to be ready for such different styles every fight has got me here. I know how to do interviews. I know how to handle my energy on a fight week. It's got me all ready for this part of my life, and I would used to read into comments, things I felt uncomfortable about or insecure about, if they were identified by Joe Blogs on Instagram.
Sure.
It would like do me, and now I sit and I watch, and you really probably shouldn't do this, but I love going down rabbit holes of like
YouTube comments?
no, well, I get like nice praise on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's more like Instagram. It's like when I look, it's never really anything I post, but it's more of like DAZN or like, I don't know, so the UFC sometimes put some stuff up.
Your promotion is
Matchroom.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff that goes on every now and then, and I'll like I'll see like, oh, that's a shit comment, and then I'll look and I'll see our shared like history, because I can do that on my account, and then you can see all the shit they've put. So I'm like, oh, I've got a serial hater here.
Yeah.
And then I go and I look on their Instagram, and then I see their life, and when you realise they can't comprehend how deep I am, or like the levels of my life, and they're just surface level, I'm like, oh my God, like there's no depth to you. And who would sit there, who in the right mind would sit there and just start like hailing out hate to someone? You're just like, you're a bit fucked, really.
That's the purpose of these conversations that I have. It's not, like I told you the other day, like, I'm interested in the way you fight. I'm interested in the journey that you've had. But, like, what I want to provide you guys is the opportunity to show those fucking haters online who are sitting on their bed eating a fucking smash burger and throwing shade and hate at people, like, that you're still a goddamn human being. And I just don't think that it's fair that people who do what you do for a living, chasing the dream that you chase, don't have the opportunity to show that, like, I mean, yes, you are different for X amount of reasons, but, like, you deal with the same shit that everybody else does.
I know. Do you know what's a good thing, though? I feel like it's like the Matrix. It really is. Like, I have now had to understand that my level, I don't want to say wokeness, because I don't mean it in that way.
In the sense of the word, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm aware, and I can see, oh my God, that's just the mirror you're holding to yourself there.
Yes.
Like you're never even going to be aware of how much you don't like yourself. So it's like,
that's a really interesting thing to say.
It is like, you will have someone who's living a job they really don't actually like. They work in the 9 to 5. They've probably got a lot of kids. They're probably in a relationship they don't really like. They're not getting paid what they should. And
you're talking about me, except for the relationship. I love my relationship.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay, how can I keep fucking you up here? No, but like, do you know when you really understand, like, that person's not right within?
Yeah.
And this isn't coming from it. I'm like on a fucking high horse and I'm looking down. No. It's just, I finally opened my eyes to, like, I don't need to let that shit in to hate me. And I can just be like, oh, you're there, okay, and I'm here. Or I'm here and you're there. I'm not saying, again, I'm above that person, but we're just at different spots. And I just think I have been through it all. Like, relationship-wise, in work, I've got my own businesses. Like, I don't want, like, God or life or the fucking karma or universe to keep throwing shit at me, because I've had enough. But, like, I have learned so many lessons that I just think, oh, they haven't got a fucking clue. Leave them.
I always say that, like, this is by far the most selfish thing I've ever done in my life. This opportunity to talk to people like you, because I do it because I love hearing the adversity that you guys go through. Not because I want you to experience the hardship, but because it forces me to be a better version of myself.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is any athlete that knows hardship like a fighter does.
I know.
And I don't even mean from the context of getting hit in the fucking face.
It's normally life. Like, you read the papers on saying, like, endurance athletes and combat athletes tend to come from traumatic upbringing.
Yeah.
Because when you get to that point where the body wants to fail and stop, you are so used to having to push through the shit and keep everything together. You are just able to find that next level to keep on pushing through. And I think that's a good thing, that you're in the position to be able to sit there with these fighters or athletes and you're like, fuck, how are the cogs turning? How have you got to here through having to go through that? Do you know what I mean? But I'd say this is 99.9%. There's only, I'd say, like a 0.1% of people who are from entitled backgrounds are able to do this.
We talking about Armin?
Yeah, I was talking about Armin.
But he's a hell of a fucking fighter.
But I do also know there's people who I come up with. So when me and Bobby was on the way up, she got into the UFC years before I did. And I was always like, oh, why are all these people getting in? Why isn't it my turn yet? Why isn't it my turn yet? And it was like, the people who don't have the substance, who've just got there quick, haven't been through all of these life lessons or through this shit. When they reach the adversity at the top level, it's a very quick road back down for them. I'm not saying that about Bobby, by the way.
I know what you mean,
because she fought the top 5, got to the final of the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, she's a savage.
But it was like, at that time, I could see this kind of thing happening, and it used to upset me, and I was just, why is it not my time? But you just see when people who haven't had to figure it out, or people who don't come from, I always find this, like, people who have money around them have much calmer parents who could handle adversity, and life would probably be somewhat a bit more calmer. And if something bad happened, a calm head and a cool thought process would manage the situation. When you come from nothing or lesser than and didn't have that two-parent home or that stability or money to, if the car was broke, a tyre went, fuck, who's got $200 to go and buy a new tyre? It's like we're walking or we're back on the bus, or I'm having to ride a bike to go to school and back because we didn't have the money for that, and then ride to the gym and then didn't have money for your subs to pay for your trade. Like, how do you navigate past them things? Or you don't have food when you come home. Do you know, like, managing, rationing food or money or even time spent with a parent and then having to go. Them kinds of people are just built different.
Do you think that coming from that creates a mindset to never get back to that? Now that you've had a bit of shine and you've had a bit of success? Yeah,
100%. And it was mad. It was like in December, like towards the end of last year. Well, I think from like the June, July, when we was at International Fight Week, saying to my partner, Fran, I was like, I think I'm done with drink for now anyway. And she said, why? I said, because if little Molly could see drunk Molly, how would little Molly feel?
That's a heavy thought.
And it wasn't like I was doing anything bad, but it was like, imagine like, at the age of 35, still proper giving it, do you know what I mean? Like, on the dance floor, like, yeah. And I was just like, being drunk and just sat there and just like this. I was like, I always thought when I had kids, I wouldn't want them to see that side, so why should I do it now? And that's...
You make me think, I think about that all the time. Like, I don't... Like, Kel and I don't really drink around my boy. I mean, there's sports on, we're watching fights, we have a couple, but like, it's just not something... I want to see. I mean, I grew up, my dad, my mom, they would, drink around me, more so my old man, but I'm constantly sort of battling with that same thought process. And hearing you say something like Little Molly, I'm wondering, like, because I didn't drink until I was like 16 years old.
Till I was 16.
I was one of those kids in school. I was like, I'm straight edge. Like, I don't do that. I don't need that. And now I'm like, well, you saw me last night.
Yeah, so. Yeah, but you hold it down well where...
Until I don't and run to the bathroom and puke.
Yeah, no, but I'm like... Because I've got crazy ADHD. It's like I have one drink and it's like I just go ping and then I am up there. Like, there's like stories with any UFC staff and some of the fighters, like I would have alcohol ready in my bag for us to party because the camps were that hard. I was like, fuck, this is an absolute celebration. It wasn't just about getting drunk. It was about like celebrating.
I think the same thing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I think, I say this a lot, like if I could get to the level of camaraderie and conversation and just, vibe that you get while you're drinking without the drinking, I think I'd do it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to drink because of, you know, the buzz you get, which is great. But I just crave the idea of having a good conversation with somebody.
Yeah, like, I think my partner, Fran, was like, did you really... She went, did you drink yesterday? I said, no. And she was like, did you miss not going out with everyone? I said, yeah. I said, but
you were out.
Yeah, no, I was still there and I was having a good time, but I thought it was more the body of being like old that I gave into, and knowing the fact I've got 24 hours of travel today. I just couldn't do it rough. I've just done it too many times. I was just like, I'm going to bed, guys, you have the best time tonight.
Yeah.
And I never really drink when I'm in Vegas. It's probably only been like 3 times in like 15 visits, yeah. Because I'm always here on boxing or fighting. And say like Cody's brought me out to do the job, and the job is to always be a bit aware of where his minds are and to keep him. So like I was always there and thereabouts to be on point, because it was a vacation, but it was like it's still work, because I know what I can give to him to get what he needs out on the weekend. So
yeah,
I've never been this responsible in my whole life, but I feel like I'm starting to get there a little bit.
Do you have any grievances with... So I'm going to be a little honest about something.
Yeah.
I feel like the UFC, and not with like you and Patty, but like, although they kind of like, they banked on the marketing of you guys as your friendship, and this kind of like, look at these Scousers, you know, like they're so fun, they love each other. But do you feel like they marketed you to be some kind of like a party girl, and how do you feel about that, if you think that they did?
At that time, so when I think me and Paddy had 3 fights together on the same card and we won them all, and at that time I was just walking on clouds every day. So it was like it was this fucking high for about 14 months, and we was like, I can't remember the last time me and him had a weekend off in like an 18-month period. It was like we was consistently... We was having to train for one every day still, always, but like...
Appearances.
Yeah, we was doing like, honestly, the amount of podcasts that we must have done, I'm saying like well over 300, sometimes you have 3-4 a day. Like, because you're thinking we're trying to market every continent in the world, and he was known, he used to smoke back then, he doesn't smoke anymore, but I would drink and he would smoke, so he'd be chilled and I'd just be out there, and he'd be eating, and he could just still kick it, and he was cool, do you know what I mean? But that's essentially just who he was. And I'll never forget, we flew out, we had 2 UFC Londons back to back, March and July, and after the one in July, or it might have been the one after in March, we flew to Arizona to watch Gaethje and Oliveira. I think Oliveira won, and
he did win, yeah.
He did, didn't he? And it was that fight card anyway. And you know when the main card starts and that song plays, what song is it?
Who, for Gaethje?
No, for the UFC on the main card. When you sit there, I think it's The Who, and that song
Bob
plays.
O'Reilly.
Oh, that's the one, yeah. And that song plays. I remember, like, I just stood on a chair and I was like, yes. And then I remember my coach Ellis messaging me going, hope you have the best night of your life. I was like, how the fuck's he fucking know I'm on one? And then I looked and the UFC put it on their main page, and I was like, oh. And then I just thought, fuck it, like, I am actually just living my dream. Why can't I just live it?
I can't imagine what that feels like.
Because people think, I don't know, but people just had opinions. But I think at that time, every time someone seen me, because we've flown to like Chicago or New York or Vegas, and he'd be like, yeah, come and have drinks, come dinners on us. And I was just like,
sure,
why not? Do you know what I mean? It really didn't. Me and Paddy, with us, it was always, we could go out till 4 a.m. on a work trip, and then we'd still get up the next day and go and hit pads, or he'd like grapple, or we just, and I give him his due to this day. Do you know when he fought Gaethje, I'd say for 4 weeks straight, it was non-stop every single day. It was like that Conor McGregor, Aldo, or Chad Mendes. It was, I've never seen anyone or the UFC do that much media. I couldn't believe it. And then when I watched the fight, I was like, how the fuck did you get through them 5 rounds after all that?
Is it that much of a of a mental strain, or is it even physical too when you have to talk to people that often?
Yeah, well, I remember when me and him had fight weeks, it was like, I'm not joking, it was like 8 hours a day.
Wow. Every day?
Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And sometimes you'd have to do them on Friday after you made weight. And there was a point where I fought in Vegas on the MSG card. It was where Pereira beat Izzy. And they had to come to Liverpool for a couple of days to get loads of media done.
Yeah.
And then when I arrived, I had more media than Izzy. And I said,
wow.
You're chatting shit. No, you're lying. You're lying. And because I was with Barstool and they're in New York,
yeah.
I had to do all that stuff as well. But when you give so much to... I had to learn how to be quite surface level on interviews. And, like, I've given you, like... Not given you, we've experienced, like, me being happy and sad and, like, I'm thankful. But could you imagine doing that in every interview?
That's a really good point.
With no food and then having to train and then the pressure of the fight. And little things like how... I remember $120,000 worth of tickets I sold for MSG and everyone flew over, and even just trying to sort that out and be around them people, it was just...
I heard about that, actually.
It is a lot. And it's just... The thing about fighting is it's like, it's all smoke and magic. It's like, on fight night, all you need to see is that ring walk and that performance. And in all reality, nothing else fucking matters. But if you can... It's an art to give good interviews.
Yeah.
It's like you might have experienced working with people who don't know how to dive into their story or like, yeah, no, do you know, like it's really hard.
When I do interviews with Kelly, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, I'm having a great day. Thank you. It is hard, and that's the bit that you have to figure out, and not giving the same interview twice, you know. Like,
which is what, you know, everybody does. Like, we joke about Dustin a lot. Dustin is, whether he realizes it or not, so well media trained, right? Like, he just sounds like he's, you know, he's got this amazing script that he can run through of, you know, all the right things to say. And I love that about him because he's just so polished. But that's not like, I want to talk to you just about, to have a conversation to get to the bottom of who you are.
Yeah.
But not every interview is like that, I'd imagine.
No, when you be... Sometimes you'll have everything... I've worked really hard. Like, shit like that can just happen. Do you know what I mean? No,
like the fucking light going out for the 8th time?
Yeah, no, but like, these are things you... No, you're on the road and you're going. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, you kind of prep so good and then the person comes and doesn't give you what you expected. And it's like, that's like a fight.
Yeah.
Like, you can prepare so well for a fight to go. And I'll tell you what, this happened to me about, I'd say 2 times in the UFC. We've game planned complete. I wouldn't say wrong, but we've game planned for what we expected to come, and it didn't. And then I went to shit because...
Really?
Yeah, and that can happen in your interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But, like, me and Cody had this conversation, like...
Really quick, though?
Yeah.
What you do and what I do are so vastly different. Your shit is real fucking hard, and I just sit here and give you guys a runway to talk. So, please, I appreciate that.
No, but the similarities, you have to take the audience on a journey. You can bring them up, you can bring them low, you can get right into the belly of the beast, or you can just stay surface level.
My goal is also to make everybody cry on my podcast.
Is it? Well done, look.
I want to have a laugh and a cry, and if I did that, I'm like, fuck, we killed it today.
No, you did it well.
I mean, what's coming up for you, though?
So, I've got...
Because you fought 2 months ago, right?
2 weeks? No, 3 weeks ago.
It was 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Fuck me, was it that? I can't believe
You
that was...
watched
I felt
it?
like... Oh, yeah, I watched it with Cody and Bobby.
Yeah.
That was 3 weeks? Wow.
I know, I'm about fucking 90
Why did it
pounds
feel like
overweight now since then.
That felt like 2 months ago to me.
No, it does. It feels long. I went to Italy for a week, went home and trained for a week, and then I've been here for a week.
My goodness. Are you going to try to get one more bout in before the end of the year, you think?
I'd like to. There's like... Because I'm back on the win, everyone's like trying to like
They're trying to get a piece of you.
And I'm like, right, anyone who was here when the times wasn't going well, you can fuck right off, because I'm big on
That's
loyalty.
hard to manage, isn't it?
Well, I'm just big on loyalty. It's like I probably backed people's supplements or people's shit before.
People want to partner up with you.
Yeah, before I was even on the up, and I helped them, and then they come with me, and then when they left, it's like cool. Like everyone's like on that, like want to come back and talk. And I'm like, no, I'm really cool. Like,
but you're fucking mature now. You're talking about kids. You're talking
Yeah.
about, off the sauce. It's like, I think if I were you, and this is unsolicited, of course, but like, you seem like you're so in a focused place. I'd say fuck off to everybody who's trying to get on them.
That's it. Like,
as I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah. No, but look, there's like, they're gonna announce when I go home. So by the time this comes out, there's a big like soccer charity game called Soccer Aid, and it's everyone around, all celebrities and ex-players from around the world play.
Are you gonna play?
So I'm playing in that. So when I go home, obviously I'll be back boxing every day, but I'll have to do some soccer training in that time.
I think you like that still? Is that still a love for you?
Yeah, so I'm a avid Everton fan, so I go to my football team, to my soccer team's grounds every
You could say
week.
football.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking knows it. We'll call it the right
I know,
name.
but it's just like...
Fuck us, ignorant Americans.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, fuck you all. Football. So I go to most of the games at home. It's a big part of our city's culture. And I think this summer, I'm not fighting until September. And it'll be a big fight card. Like 80,000 seats. They're just finalising.
No shit.
They're finalising the contract for that. So that's like a bucket list. I never thought I'd fight there, let alone on the card with the headliner who it is. And that's like a reason as to why I fight is because of this woman. And I'm going to be able to fight on that card. So I feel like I've got June, July, August. It's like just under or just over 3.5 months to be ready. And I haven't had that long in boxing to get ready for a fight. So we should see a good molly. Like, without throwing it out there, it'd be more about like trying to not peak too early and trying to not get injured. Like, you know what it's like with the lads, like they just train every day, and it's just like
overtraining's a real thing.
and he might not even do anything wrong, but you can just like fall silly. Or I know old Molly will go straight to the gym Monday when she lands off the plane, and I know now maybe not to go back till Wednesday.
Okay.
Like, where I'm older, it's like go for a walk when I land, like loosen the body up. Tuesday just relax, and then Wednesday go back, where normally I would have gone straight hammer to the nail.
Yeah.
But like I can still feel like there's no like real injury there, but like just being a life 12 years of being thrown into a mat every day. It's like fuck knows how Dustin's still going. I was like, lad, how
he's built different, I think.
I know, he's definitely Viking. I think if he went down them
for
lines,
sure. I don't know if Jacoby is like Nordic, but he certainly fucking looks like a
it's
Viking.
called Valhalla. Like, he's going there.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to heaven, he's going there, mate.
The halls of Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and all the absolute fucking warriors who've died. That's where he's going.
I had a question. I know we'll wrap it up here in a sec, but are you actually cousins with Katie Taylor? Like maternal?
Yeah, so our family left in like the 60s. In Ireland for whatever reason. I've never asked. And my nan, so my dad's mum is her mum's
brother,
auntie.
Oh, okay.
So it's like second cousins, but we done a family tree.
Yeah.
Whatever, you put your saliva in and work back. And this was about 12 years ago. Before I got into MMA, it might have been 14 years ago. And I seen that we was family, so I was like, oh my God. And I never wanted to like message
publicize
her.
that? Or?
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I met, she was there and a manager, Brian, and her mum, and we was at like an MMA event. And I said, Bridget, I said, Maria Cronley's my nan. And she went, you're joking? I went, no. And she's like, Katie, this is your cousin. And she was like, no way. was like, I swear
She
to
knew
God.
who you were, obviously, right?
She knew who I was. And then she fought it. I'd never missed. I'd always got to go to the fights, but they never knew. I never touched base or...
Sure, yeah.
And then I remember she fought in Liverpool only a few months after that.
Yeah.
And I was like rowdy and loud at the weigh-in. And her mum came over to me and she brought a jacket and I said, Undisputed Katie. And it's fucking mad because I've still got it. And it's in my office. And it stays there. And then I came to watch a fight, Amanda Serrano, and I went to watch a fight, Chantel Cameron. And I remember when she lost at the Chantel Cameron fight, I just shouted, "You'll come again, Katie." And she just looked out and she nodded. And yeah.
That's crazy to have two combat fighters like that cut from the same, lineage.
Do you know what? It's so weird. It's like, I joked with her mum, I said, just send the girls to do it in our family, do you know what I mean? Because she played soccer and I played soccer. And then I remember being in a boxing gym when I was 16. My coach had been to a competition.
Yeah.
So we're talking, is it 20 years ago? If I'm 36.
Don't make us feel that old,
I think
Molly.
it's 20, is it?
Yeah.
20 years ago. So I was in a gym and my coach was coming and he had a camcorder. He said, "Look at this girl, I want you to be like this girl," and this girl's throwing these shots. And I was like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "Katie Taylor." He said, "Yeah, all right, I want to be like that." And I never knew. And then it was like 2 years later.
You guys are the same age too, right?
I think she's like 2 or 3 years older.
Okay.
But without her, women's boxing wouldn't be.
100%.
It is there.
I watch all of her fights.
Yeah. No, they said like she had to go and fight in a fight in like Canada against the International Boxing Association, like the IEBA, whatever they're called.
There's
because
too many
of that
them.
fight, they got put into the Olympics. And that's why I didn't. My weight category was never going to the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Thought there's no way I'm going in at the heavier weight. Katie would punch my head in. Like she would punch my head in.
She's a savage.
She's just brilliant. But for her to call time on her career in the country where all our family's from, and she gets her homecoming, and I get to be on that card. Like I asked Eddie Hearn for a few things. Said, "Can I fight in Ireland? Can I fight in Liverpool? Can I fight in a football stadium? Can I fight on a Katie Taylor card? And can I fight for a world title?" Fought in Liverpool, fought in a football stadium. I've already fought in Ireland, and now I fought in Liverpool, and now I'm about to fight on a Katie Taylor card. So he's literally
Chasing dreams down.
Yeah, just checking them off.
I hope that you fucking kill it. And I'll say this, now that we've had a couple of days together, I think you're the coolest person in the world.
Thanks, lad.
Of course.
Oh, how awkward was that? We have been doing this all week.
I'm trying to be so fucking smooth.
He's
and it
just
didn't work.
so hungover, that's all it is. But I think we can do another one.
Yeah.
So I said to Bobby, I said, they was like, "Oh, we'll come to one of your fights." I said, I was at your fight, I was in your corner when you won, and then you and Cody come to, and Colin and everyone come to my world title fight. I said, "Don't come again till I fight for the world title, because then it's full circle, so maybe you can come to that." But I'll probably...
If you get a world title, and even if you don't, and you're still going, we'll come and
no,
we'll
but
support you.
I'll be able to, and I know I'll be out on a few more, so we can probably get one of these done.
I would love that.
Soon, yeah?
I would love that. I appreciate you talking with us today.
I know, guys, we did try it once before, but I was too tired. It didn't happen.
And our production was not as, I could say that it's not been so great today. The fucking lights have gone.
It's fucking Vegas. It's just...
It's all good, though. I appreciate you. I'm so glad that we got the chance to talk. And
Same here, lad.
God, I love watching your career. But you know what I like even more? Hanging with you.
Yeah. Me eating all of your
You as a
food.
fighter is nothing to you as a human being. You're so cool.
Thanks, lad.
Yeah.